warm welcome to all of you on this utterly glorious day. Positive vibes all around us, nigh on perfect conditions. There is a thrilling football match in prospect here, and we will be getting underway very shortly. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, there is little doubt that Carlos Tevez will be a headline maker, a bringer of relentless drive and energy.
Yeah, he's dynamic, clever, and regardless of where he starts, he tends to play without a fixed position. I suspect he'll operate centrally, but his vision and work rate will mean he'll play out wide and deeper when needed. He's a nightmare for any defence to track.
That's him in a nutshell. And that gets things running. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Gerrard. And Vardiol. Now he's got space here. And it's Xabi Alonso. An early chance there, first of the game.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Alexander-Arnold with the delivery.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Oh, good ball!
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs.
Takes the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. Messi with the short one. And here's Messi. Tries a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Driving on and making good progress. Could move up a gear here. In with the challenge. Pavon. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
So it is still 0-0. Pavon. Van der Ven producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here. Chance to deliver. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Not the most accurate pass. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Gremio clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Messi. Oh, that's nice. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Shoots! They've scored! And there it is, his 10th goal, his first mini milestone.
Aos 26 minutos do primeiro tempo, pelo jogador, camisa 2.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
No, he's seen through all of that. And he's there to retrieve it. Looking to play him in. Van Dijk. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0 to Messi. Alexander-Arnold. Braithwaite. Now, what about a counter-attack? Under an awful lot of pressure. To Gerrard. Now it's Mbappe. And he's taking no chances there. Now it's Messi. And Messi! That's a fair try, but just off target. Pavon. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That is good alertness. Oh, they could break here.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And it's Gerrard. Xavi Alonso. And it's Gerrard. And there's the shot! Just wouldn't stay down for him.
Yeah, but you only need to look across to the sideline to see what one makes of that, Peter.
Vardiol. Oh, that's fabulous.
Oh, really well played.
Gerrard, rapid and full of intent. Pavon did just about enough to come out on top there. And he's decided to go for it. Terrific effort, just off target.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
Bops him off it and wins back the ball.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Edenils.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Braithwaite. That's it, 45 minutes up. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Some first-half thoughts?
I think the scoreline probably is a fair reflection of the first half. If there is perhaps one criticism I can make, it would be the wastefulness in front of goal. You really ought to be putting those chances away. They have to make up for that.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. The second half is up and running.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Alexander-Arnold does really well to win the ball there. Oh, nicely intercepted. Looking for a runner. Can he latch on to this? It's a promising position. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. And he gets rid in a hurry. Tevez. Threads one in. It's been slipped through. He's picked his way. Gerrard! A It's fallen kindly here, and it's in. 2 up now, and they are cruising. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
So that's 2 now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Nice looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. They've got a corner here. So their 4th corner of the game. Messi plays it short. Oh, that's a fine interception. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Tries to play it through. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, a delicate chip through. Oh, that's a key interception. Pavon. To Evan Nilsson. Now it's Tevez. He's beaten the last man. Oh, that's well spotted.
Tevez clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And he's forced to go back. Gerrard being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, he's been dropping into space and spraying balls all over the pitch, so enough seems enough now.
Mbappe. Now it's Tevez. And this is Messi. That's very... And Messi! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Messi is offering a wry smile there.
Substituição em andamento.
They're up to 5 corners now. They've played it short. Has to go back here. He's having a hit! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
The corner count is rising. That's 6. And it's been taken short. Can he finish? Against the crossbar. Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, was he a little smarter then, Peter, than he needed to be? I'm not sure he needed to cut it as fine as he did. He had enough of the goal to aim at. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
He might be in here. Tevez! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Tevez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's a lucky 7th corner. Messi goes short. And here's Messi. Opts to... He'll try from distance! And that is wildly off target.
Alexander-Arnold clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Nielsen. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Now it's Messi. Great vision. And the through. And Tevez! Absolutely brilliant! Carlos Tevez shivers! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing.
Well, as options go, that was a superb choice. It's over and in. Job done.
"3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Tries to pass it through. Oh, good-looking ball.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
That's destined for the flank. Mbappe! And he's managed to get free. And the shot!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
He's in a great position here. He's found a way through. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And that is a little undercooked. Mbappe! He is through here. Oh, shooting chance! And it's there! They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Looking for the run. Nicely worked. Tries to get it clear. Tevez! And that's past the post. Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. And the referee brings it to a close. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much on the way now. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I think it would be impossible to overlook this fella, Lamine Yamal. Obviously, he's often deployed as an inverted winger, but what stands out in his game is that he really thrives on one-on-one situations, and I always think that that brings excitement and entertainment to a game of football. And of course his job is to supply, and it's never as easy as people think, but he's doing it quite well.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way.
Opts for safety. That has been slung wide. Tevez.
It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
That's a goal kick.
Saliba. Granit Xhaka. Now that's well seen too. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Knocks it out wide. It's a promising position. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Good ball, good take.
Xavi Alonso.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Well timed, excellent interception.
Fluminense really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Can he get it through? Spread neatly. Pinches it off him. Big chance! That was quite a hit. last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now a sudden chance to counter. Mbappe. And it's Van Dijk. And Serginho. That has been cut short. Granit Xhaka. And he's picked it up out wide. Mbappe. Granit Xhaka. Cleared away. And that is out of play. Distributed tidily. That's really well manoeuvred. Yamal deals with that comfortably. Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. No, he's not getting past him there. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Mbappe. Back towards the middle.
Fluminense couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Look at the space here. Crosses it in. That is a brilliant interception.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Throw in. Mbappe. Mbappe cuts a frustrated... Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Reflections on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. And so the action is resumed.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Threads one in, and he's worked it through. He's picked his way through. Tevez!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Tries to pass it through.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly.
It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Tevez.
It's a clearance, but not much of one.
And if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. He's a sharp little ball here.
Fluminense have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Yeah, it was pretty clear the manager's not been getting what he wants out of his players, so a substitution will...
Shapes to shoot! He's got it all! Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So we have the first goal.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Granit Xhaka. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Yamal. Oh, that's neat. And he whips it in.
That's good defensive concentration. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Take back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Now this could be a chance. Here comes the cross. Cleared without hesitation. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Mbappe.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
He's looking wide. And that pass just didn't quite work.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Tries the cross. Donnarumma deals with that nice and simple. That's a good foray he's making. He's found a way through. Yamal. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's a good run down the left. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
And it's made its way to him. And Tevez! And that's in! There seemed no way back, but they are level. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Camisa 32. Substituição no time do Fluminense.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. We're looking at a different game now.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
He's had it taken off him.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Looking for options, for movement. He's having a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Now, can they get him away? That's good vision. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that is as much time as there will be. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course, although if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this, and I think the result is quite fair.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way.
Jim, what is your interpretation of the likely formation here?
Well, if flexibility doesn't have an influence on this system, we truly are looking at an approach that is quite negative. But at least there is good scope to turn a seemingly deep-line defence into a more dangerous attacking outfit. This system will allow plenty of attacking numbers without necessarily compromising on that discipline.
So it's down to business here.
Pass somewhat off target. Can he get it through? And he's well positioned here.
And that's been won straight back. Some good work on the right flank here.
Alexander-Arnold. Fernandez. And it's Tevez. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Yamal. No, he's not getting his way this time. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. Opts for safety. Gustavo Enrique. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
This is a promising build-up.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Quarter of an hour played. So we're still where we started right now. Now that looks a decent ball. That's good defending in numbers. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That has not gone well.
Corinthians really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that tries one from range. Boy, he struck that clean. He's taking no chances. Chance to shoot! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Van de Ven. Spread out to the left. And here's Tevez. Knocks it out wide. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, that's neat. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Andre Carrillo. And it's Carrillo. He's looking wide.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Yamal. Yamal makes a move down the right. Looking for options for movement. That is headed for the middle. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Ball is over the line. Yamal. He's gone for goal! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Fernandez. Looking for the run. And he's worked it through. He's found some... Mbappe! They've scored! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
The first breakthrough.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
And this is Tevez. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Yamal. And now the breakaway. Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here. Big chance! And a neat finish. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
He's got away.
Minutos de acréscimo.
That is a brilliant interception. Andre Carrillo. So, a temporary halt to the action.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Well, who could have predicted a scoreline like this after just 45 minutes? The sides separated by 2. And here is the first touch of the second half. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Now, can they get him away? Van Dijk.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
That's an imaginative pass. Andre Carrillo. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And that has been slung wide.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Nicely intercepted. Andre Carrillo. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. This looks promising. Tevez, a header! And he couldn't finish.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Plays it across. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Well read, nice interception. Looking to play him in. Plays it in low. That's an excellent interception. Tevez can see things others simply cannot. Out towards the flank. It's a promising position. No way through, so back it comes. Oh, important interception. Quality ball. Tevez. Gustavo Enrique. Into Carrillo. And that has put paid to that. Spread it left. Good running, strong and purposeful. And that's played in low.
Corinthians really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Oh, that's well spotted.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Into the last quarter of an hour. He's found a way through, and he's got his cross in. And it's claimed by the keeper. Well, that is one way to stop him. Referee has just said play on. A heavy challenge. He was under real pressure there. Now it's Tevez. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Great ball if he can get there. Yamal does well to get it back. And he's managed to get free. He's in, must be! Can he finish? Yes! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Substituição em campo. Camisa 32.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. 3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Camisa 17. Teremos uma
Oh, well measured. And he's picked it up out wide. He is through here. It's Rosicki! It's bounced back off the post. Well, that is remarkable.
Substituição em campo. Camisa 9. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador. Camisa 19. Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Out of play for a throw. Stood up well to him there. Looking here to chip it through. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.